On this episode of Performance TV, we're showing you more uses for the AP laser. Kathy talks to our friends at Truck Claws, and then we leave the studio and head to Houston, Texas again. We'll be talking coatings with IA Coatings, and Extreme Polymer rounds up our trip. All of this and more next on Performance TV. The Performance TV crew has headed to Houston, Texas to visit IA Coatings.
Welcome back to Performance TV. We've hopped on a plane. We've headed south to Houston, Texas, and visiting with the folks at IA Coatings. Larry, the national sales manager. Larry, you do a lot of stuff with the general public, but you also coat for a lot of big contracts.
Yes, we're big in the oil field. We have aviation contracts. We've got Department of Defense. We're ITAR certified.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Well, of course, I'm going to be big interested in what you're doing for motorsports. And we deal with a lot of heat with racing and everything else, but you guys have some coatings that can help us out with that.
Right. We have a high temperature ceramic coating that protects from the heat.
And we're seeing that with the head we have here that is uncoated, right, with the head that we do have coated. Not only heat, but we want to make sure that we're keeping the lubrication going, and that's something that we're seeing here on this crankshaft. Yes,
we have a oil shedding coating on this crankshaft that keeps the oil and parasitic drag off the crankshaft.
So what would this be based off of? The coating itself, is it like a Teflon type
It's
coating?
a Teflon type coating, yes.
Okay. Yeah. And, you know, not only with wanting to keep the lubrication going, that's going to take us right over to the guns that we see over here. Now, these guns have been coated with a couple of different coatings from IA.
Right. We have a high-temperature ceramic on the outside. We have some Teflon-type fluoropolymer coatings on the inside to keep the lubrication going.
Now, were you mentioning to me earlier that this one gun had been shot, it was like, how many rounds?
We have one that's been shot 2,000 rounds without any oil.
Wow, and that's just because of the coating on the inside.
Just because of the coating.
Well, I'll tell you what, some of these very same coatings you're going to find on pistons, and to coat a piston, Tommy has more on that.
That's right, Kathy. We're going to coat the top of the piston, and we're going to show you how that's done, step-by-step process. And I'm with Jesse, the production manager here at IA Coatings. And Jesse, the first step would be consult with the client, find out what kind of coating, what their needs are, what they're trying to accomplish. But once you have that decided, you get the part into the shop. What's the first step you're going to do with the product?
We're going to take it over to our vapor degreaser, where we've got a chemical that's in there that's actually aerospace approved that will clean and help get rid of some of the carbon and other crud that might be on the top of the skirt.
Right, you need to start with a clean product so that all the coating's going to stick. Now, once we leave the cleaning, what next step will we have?
After it's done cleaning, we're going to put it in an oven and we're going to actually degas it. That will help open up the pores of the metal to get rid of any impurities that might be inside the metal.
Right, if there's actually anything left at all, you're going to get rid of that the next step. Once we've got a pure product, it's clean, like a piston here, you're going to have two different types of coatings. You're going to have to tape something off?
Yes, we are. After it's done degassing on the pistons, we start with the skirt because they're going to get coated with the top down, so we don't want to scratch the coating that's on the top. So we're going to actually put a tape around the ring lands of the piston, and then we're going to head over to the sandblaster.
Right, and the different metals, you do different processes. There's also another process in there for different metals that you might do.
There is. For different metals, we may have to take it over to a chemical bath after it's sandblasted. And there's different grits of sandblast material depending on what coating, whether it's a ceramic or if it's a Teflon anti-friction coating or other proprietary finishes.
Yeah, I mean, and once we got it all clean, everything's ready, we've got it taped off, where do we go from there?
After it's taped and sandblasted, then it will actually get untaped and brought over here to the spray booth, and then it will get taped up with clean tape, and then put the coating on and baked in an oven.
Right, because you don't want to sandblast the wrong surfaces you're going to coat. So now we've done the final tape on this. We're ready to spray it?
Yes, we are.
So we head to the spray booth. Now, this isn't a spray booth I thought. I thought it would be enclosed and all, covered up. Explain to me how this works.
So with the booth that we've got here, it's actually got a one-to-one air intake and exhaust. So we've actually got a fresh air intake that takes air from the environment and not in our shop, and then has an exhaust. So none of the air that's actually in the shop will actually cross the invisible barrier.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's almost an invisible curtain here. Now, once we've got a dry, complete product, is there a quality control assurance we go through after that?
There is. It will go over to our quality control manager, where he'll use a dry film thickness gauge, and he'll actually check what the film thickness is on the skirt and the top to make sure that it's within the specifications.
All right, so it comes out of the oven. We've got the finished product. We got the coating on the top. Now, we have coating on the side. You got a finished product. Tell you what, this piston is going to run well. It's going to protect itself with the right coatings. You need to check these out. We'll be right back with more Performance TV.